Okay, well, let us formally.
Are we?
Yep.
Have we got a quorum?
We are
Yes,
together.
we have a quorum. We've got 11.
We've now got 12. I'm happy for it to be Mr. Town.
And we have a mover being Councillor Darby, that was correct, Chris?
Yes.
And a seconder was Councillor Fletcher. Okay, so we've got a mover and a seconder. And then we're going to ask Alistair to
Alistair, well,
speak.
good discussion.
Do we need to
Thank
do
you
that,
very
Mr.
much.
Chair?
Yes.
Mr.
got
Chairman,
questions. Okay,
while
Alistair
there
May-
is a need for some speed here, I do think we just need to understand the background, just so that there can be no misunderstanding.
I agree.
Very good. I'll try to present you with a non-controversial administrative report to get you going after
Good
lunch.
luck with that.
You may remember in 2016 that this council agreed to enter into a joint venture with the Selwyn Foundation to manage a housing for the older person's portfolio. As a result, a company, Halmaru Housing, was set up. Council is a 49% shareholder. Now, the Companies Act requires any company to either have an annual general meeting of its shareholders or to pass a resolution in lieu of having a shareholder meeting. I'm recommending that in this instance we pass a resolution in lieu of a formal meeting. Now, my reasons for that are that this company, for the relevant period, which is up until 30 June this year, was inactive. It only took over active management of the portfolio on 1 July. The only thing you would be doing at an AGM would be noting the directors that have been appointed and noting that the director that was appointed to review the annual report. There would be nothing to discuss at such a meeting. If anyone needs any more information, I'm happy to take questions.
Councillor Philippine.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Alistair. My question is not on, well, my question is around Haumaru housing. Which committee do they report to? I'm assuming it's Environmental and Community Committee. That's something I'll confirm, that, and there's a reason why I'm asking.
I'll give you a great bureaucrat's answer and say it depends. Their performance reports will come to this committee.
Yep.
Anything to do with the portfolio and how it's being managed would presumably go to Environment and Community.
Okay, look, the reason I ask, Alistair, is because having attended the pōwhiri for our staff that went to Haumaru, it's important in lieu of this recommendation that at some stage, and how that happens, that Haumaru goes to the Environmental and Community Committee to at least update the council and councillors and independent Māori statutory board on the progress. I know there's a newsletter, but how do I facilitate that? Do I end up contacting Haumaru, or would you?
I'm happy to pass on that request.
Yes, please. I think it's important, and hopefully the council laws and independent Māori statutory board will end up sort of having a look at this, and just to get an update on from them personally.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, well, then move Councillor Fletcher. Yeah.
I think that Councillor Filipaina raised an important point. Given the importance of this as a joint venture, I would draw attention to the fact that through appointments, we appoint the directors. Through this committee, there is scrutiny of the financials, and then there is material that goes to the Environment and Community Committee. So it does create some complications in terms of overall accountability, and while we shouldn't debate that now, it's something that we should have a report on at some point, because this is going to be about the housing of our most vulnerable elderly committee, and there should be accountability, very, very clear accountability on how the deliverability of this is going.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you want to? We're quite happy. You did mention a B. No.
No,
Okay.
I think it would be helpful, perhaps, for Alistair to highlight how such a recommendation might come forward, but I'm sure that there is a body of work that will... Do you want to comment?
Yeah, look, all I would say is that I'm hoping to meet with Selwyn before Christmas. There's a number of contractual arrangements and KPIs that are set out in the lease agreement and the shareholders agreement that we have with Selwyn Foundation. We'll be sitting down to agree how jointly as shareholders we want that reporting and in what form to come back. And at some stage in the new year, I'll bring that back to the committee for your discussion and approval with whatever is.
So it'll come to this committee?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
So, Chair, just to go, and I agree what Councillor Fletcher's saying, but I think I'll be surprised how many of our councillors around here know the actual work of Haumanu. That's my only reason, is just to update them. And I know that the committee of the whole is not really a committee just to get updated, but I think it's important as a result of what Councillor Fletcher has said around our most vulnerable, is that we get an update about how the work is going with our elders. That's all, thanks.
Make sure that
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a resolution. We've got to move in a second. I'm going to put that. All those in favour? Aye.
Aye.
Against? No. Right, moving right on.